While world leaders continue to defend their country's interest against foreign interests, Tinubu, as president of Nigeria, continues to sell out Nigeria to the highest bidder. How does he do this? It is simple. Don't get fooled by the term foreign direct investment. Wise countries or leaders of wise countries, or let me put it this way, wise leaders of countries are defending their countries against this same foreign direct investment. Have you heard that recently Donald Trump actually openly said that he was going to impose tariff on goods coming from even their closest ally, Europe? He has done the same thing for China. Are you aware that recently the US Congress passed a law to ban TikTok, and they have given them 1 year? On what ground? They don't like that TikTok is owned by a Chinese company. They simply don't like it. So they have given TikTok a condition that they should sell TikTok to American investors within a year. That's what they have done. You see, wise leaders of countries are defending their countries against foreign direct investment. But what does Tinubu do? He goes out every time and he tells Nigerians he's going to seek for foreign direct investment. Don't get fooled by that word. It is Tinubu selling Nigeria to the highest bidder. Do you know why? Because the so-called foreign direct investment are investment into non-critical sector. I use the term non-critical sector very, very carefully, because many of you might just begin to argue that they are critical sector. If Nigeria is going to move from the current path of consumption into a path of production, if Nigeria is going to move rapidly in the direction of industrialization, there are key segments of the economy that we must start from. We must start with agriculture, produce the food that we will eat so that our people will not be hungry, and so that they will be full and satisfied enough to now be moved into industrialization. And you know, industrialization cannot start without active steel sector. Ajaokuta steel must be running. Warri Steel or Delta Steel Company, Alaja, must be running. Our steel rolling mills must be running. Nigerian machine tools must be running. This is the starting point. Because all the infrastructure you need to grow a company, they come from steel. 70 to 80% of them, they come from steel. We are talking about refinery today. They say Dangote refinery spent $20 billion to get that refinery up. A good chunk of that money went into purchasing steel products, the pipelines for setting up the refineries. So think, if we are going to grow this economy, the starting point is supposed to start from steel. Is that where Tinubu is starting from? Think about it. If you're going to invest in agriculture, you need tractor, you need fertilizers, right? And all this come from steel, because the refining of crude that will give you fertilizer-based products also depends on steel. If you're talking about security or insecurity, you want to fight insecurity, you need weapons, you need guns, you need light arms, right? You need ammunition. Guess what? Where do they come from? They come from steel. So a smart leader of a country, a patriotic leader of a country would look in the direction of steel first, because solving the steel question would actually create more than 10 million jobs, directly and indirectly. But is that where our so-called president is looking? No. He's looking to sell Nigeria to the highest bidder in the name of foreign direct investment in sectors that keep us dependent on the West. Why should we spend $20 billion to build a refinery when we can spend $1 billion to activate our steel sector and produce all the steel that we want at 50% cheaper cost to build more than one refinery in Nigeria. Do you see the economic stupidity that our leaders keep making? And they quote it in a beautiful word and call it foreign direct investment. When Europe is protecting itself from foreign direct investment in the name of, okay, if you want to come and invest in Nigeria, then you must do it in a way that you key into our required or needed areas. You come and bring the investment here. Why will our leaders, people like Tinubu, be buying Escalade, be buying Range Rover, be buying Mercedes-Benz, be buying BMW, be buying Land Cruiser, be buying Lexus? Only him, one term, less than 2 years, he has bought all of these cars. We were criticizing Buhari before, yes, that, oh, he bought S-Class, about 5 of them. But Tinubu has done way worse than Buhari. He has bought all of these cars that I mentioned. Meanwhile, there was this video about Trump. So not Trump now, about Joe Biden, the president of America, and the president of China, Xi Jinping, right? There was this video when Xi Jinping visited America, and he didn't bother to, I think it's for security reasons, but for the reasons of national pride. He didn't bother to lend a car from America to use. No. In fact, for security reasons, no leader should do that. So what did he do? They shipped his Chinese-made presidential car all the way to America, and he drove it to see Biden in the White House. And guess what? He was bragging about the car to Biden, and Biden too bragged back about his own beast. The video is online. These are smart and patriotic leaders of countries that know what national pride is and know that the building block of any country is industrialization, and they guard investment in that sector with their life. It's a national security issue. Is that what we have in Nigeria? Nigeria, we have bought all manner of cars from all countries. We are blinded by greed. We are blinded by greed and the desire to oppress our people, to show off when we actually produce nothing. What does it cost to get innocent motors to produce the car that our president drives? What does it cost to get Nord to produce the car that our president drives? Nothing. In fact, it will create more jobs, it will grow the economy, it will give us a sense of national pride. But no, rather than go in this route, Tinubu and his cohorts go in the route of selling Nigeria to the highest bidder in the name of foreign direct investment. We need to hold these people and call their attention to these things. We cannot continue to allow ourselves to be distracted by useless, sensational news cycles. Yes, they are useless. Of what benefit is it to us that now everybody is talking about Femi Falana is fighting Very Dark Man? Oh, Very Dark Man is fighting Bobrisky. Of what value, economic value is that to us? Oh, now you have the lawmaker, the Kweche guy, and the boat driver, and then we are carried away. Oh, the first lady is a farmer, is planting tomatoes. All those are useless, sensational news that add no value to us. In fact, they are architected, they are designed to distract us, to keep us not focused on the useful things. Tinubu is selling off Nigeria, and we cannot continue to allow him to do that. We have smart engineers here that can run an active steel sector. In fact, if you talk of refineries, America has 142 refineries. Why are we focused on one? Everybody is just giving attention forcefully to Dangote refineries, thinking they are being patriotic. No, you're not. Nobody is talking about the other refineries that are supposed to have come on stream, that are not on stream. Dangote has gotten what he wanted all along. Monopoly, as he had in other sectors. Monopoly. And right now, we have served it to him on a platter of gold. Why? Because we have leaders that do not have a sense of national pride, that do not have a sense of fairness and equity, that do not realize economically that it makes better economic sense for us to have 6,500 barrels per day capacity refineries spread across the Niger Delta? Why site a refinery in Lagos far away from the source of raw material? They're not thinking. They're just engaging in white elephant projects that they can hide behind. You know, Dangote refinery, Aliko Dangote does not own Dangote refineries. He is just a front man. The evidence is out there in public. He is a front man for many of these politicians and foreign IFC-linked companies. He's just a front man. And so it pays them to hide behind him to sell Nigeria to the highest bidder in the name of foreign direct investment. Nigeria, it is time for us to take a better look at how our leaders come up. We need a change of these leaders. And the best way to do that is a two-pronged approach. Solve the food problem with the Food and Social Welfare Law that we must force the National Assembly to pass. And then second is to create a level playing field, solve the leadership problem with Abundance Party of Nigeria. You can be part of these two initiatives on this platform. That's the only way we can get Nigeria to work for all Nigerians. That's the only way we can get these leaders and truly hold them accountable. Yes, because we're just talking. The more we talk, the worse things they do. All the while we are complaining that the increased fuel price from 617 to 850 to 950 to 998, they kept increasing it. Now they have increased it from 1,030 naira to 1,060 naira. As if they don't hear that Nigerians are complaining. Are these the same leaders you think will come and give you free and fair elections? Or will come and give you constitutional reforms or electoral reforms or true federalism? No. These leaders are only interested in their pockets. And the only way to take them out through the ballot is for us to organize behind this two-pronged solution. Solve the leadership problem with Abundance Party of Nigeria, and then solve the followership problem with the Food and Social Welfare Law. Join us in this task. Don't allow these people to continue to get away with it. Stop allowing your mind to be hacked with useless, sensational news cycles. The time to act is now. Click the link in the description to join us.